So I've put together a video, just a really short one of a couple of poses that you can do in your living room, on the floor, small spaces included, to just move the body, particularly the spine, through sort of all planes of directional movement if you're doing a lot of sitting right now. And it's something you can get done in like 5 to 10 minutes. If you do it every couple of hours for like 5 minutes, your body is going to appreciate it. So first and foremost, we want to make sure we're getting into the spine and the fronts of the hips. If you have padding, I suggest you use it for your knees. We're going to do a little bit of spinal movement and some lunging. So we're going to start in tabletop. Wrists below shoulders, knees below hips. And just a couple rounds of cat-cow, and you'd be surprised how much this can help your spine when you're doing a lot of sitting. So as you inhale, we'll drop the belly, lift the tailbone, lift the heart, maybe glance up a little bit. And as you exhale, round the tailbone down. Let's round the spine up towards the ceiling. And just a couple of rounds, inhaling into that cow pose, belly down. And exhaling into cat pose, really lifting through the spine, dropping the head. And 2 more, inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And bringing yourself to a neutral tabletop here. We're gonna step the right foot all the way up between the hands. You can use props here, blocks, pillows, blankets, anything to help just create a little bit more space. We want to make sure that the knee is right above the ankle, and then just sinking into the hips as much as you're comfortable going. We're going for that stretch in the front of the left hip. And you might also be feeling a nice stretch in the back of the right thigh, into the right glute a little bit. And just relax here for a moment. Think about pulling the heart forward, low ribs forward. So we're staying long through the spine. Couple of breaths. Nice inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. From there, let's bring the right knee back next to the left. Same thing, other side. Left foot's going to step forward, coming into that lunge. Knee above ankle, sinking down into the hips as much as you're comfortable going. Use support, props under the hands if you need a little bit of extra space. And a couple of breaths here. Going for that stretch in the front of the right hip now. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in, and big exhale. Let's take one more inhale. And one more exhale. From there, pulling the hips back, let's bring that left knee back next to the right. We can come up to a kneeling position, and again, I suggest just a little bit of padding underneath the knees. Interlace the hands behind the back, press the knuckles down, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift up into the heart. And from here, if you can start to work the hands away from the low back a little bit, it's going to intensify that stretch into the front of the chest, the fronts of the shoulders. And think about pulling the front hip points up towards the low ribs. So we're not dumping into the low back and really arching into the low back. We're pulling the belly in and keeping the pelvis really stable here. Let's take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Good, let's release the arms. Coming to a seated position, some nice easy seated twists. So right leg on bottom, left leg on top. You're gonna pull that right heel in nice and close to the outer left hip. Want to make sure you're grounded through both sides of the pelvis here. The left foot's gonna step more towards that right knee, and just hands to the shin, sit up nice and tall here. Create some length up through the spine. And then from there, a couple of options. You can wrap your right arm around the left knee. Left hand's gonna come behind you into a twist. For a little bit more leverage into a deeper twist, bring that right elbow to the outside of the left knee, and you can press them into each other to intensify it. Stay lifted through the heart. So we're really stacking through the spine, staying grounded through both sides of the pelvis. And a deep breath in here, and deep breath out. Deep breath in, and deep breath out. And then bringing yourself back to center. Same thing other side. We're just going to switch the legs, left leg on bottom, right leg on top. Pulling the heel in nice and close to the outer right hip, but staying grounded through both sides of the pelvis again. So we're not lifting up onto one side, and we're not sitting on that heel either. Grabbing a hold of the right shin, sit up tall, stack the spine. And then moving into that twist, left arm will wrap around the knee, right fingertips behind you, and if this is enough, you can stay right here. For a little bit more traction, we can bring the elbow to the knee, press them into each other. Keep lifting up through the spine, grounding down through the sits bones. And taking a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. Big inhale, and big exhale. And rotating yourself back to center, uncrossing the legs here. And then just one more for a little bit of external rotation in the hips. From a seated position, you can do all of this on the couch. You're just gonna bring the right ankle on top of the left knee. So think about sitting in a chair and doing it. If you're on the ground here, what you can do is thread the arms, the right arm between the thighs, left arm to the outside, hold on to the shin, sit up tall. If you're sitting in a chair and doing this, you can always start to fold forward towards that right leg. We'll take one more inhale and one more exhale. And then switching sides. So you'll bring the left ankle on top of the right knee, thread the left arm between the legs, right arm to the outside, grab that shin, sit up tall here. So the more you pull the low ribs towards that left shin, the deeper that opening in the left hip will be. And let's take one more inhale. And one more exhale. Nice, release the legs. There you have it. You've got a nice, short, quick, snappy sequence that you can go through when you're watching too much Netflix, just to move the body. Maybe between shows, series episodes, movies, cartoons, whatever. All right, enjoy.